Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone is doing well. I am DidVideos, and you join me today for the beginning of a new series where we play through the story and the campaign of From the Depths. Yes, this game actually does have a story, believe it or not. It's here in the single-player category under story missions. It's very easily missed because most people either go straight to campaign or adventure, or if you're like me, you go to multiplayer. But believe it or not, there are story missions here, and I've only ever played the first two. I've never completed the third one. So, with my coughing out of the way, the Deepwater Guard story missions take you behind the story of the one known as the River Rat, a young, isolated person who has had their mother kidnapped. Follow through the missions to learn how to build upon missile systems to improve them for each mission, and ultimately reunite with your mother who was taken from you. I'm very curious, because like I said, I've actually never played beyond the first two missions. I've played a campaign, adventure mode, and I've done a lot of designer stuff, but anyway, once we finish the story missions, we'll be moving into an actual campaign, because I believe the story missions lead into the campaign. I think. Not 100% sure on that, but I think they do. They call you the River Rat. Someone nothing more than a young, sheltered teen with a knack for technology and a hatred of pirates that was built up from your mother's words. You've lived with your mother for all your life, while your father became nothing but a faded mystery, gone since you were an infant. You've lived in general peace in Erwick, but now that's been changed. You found a note about your mother being taken hostage from a group of pirates commanded by the one named Ruger. Fear and paranoia overtake you, and panic soon sets in. Your mind feels swallowed with sorrow, and you can only wonder how things can get worse. Suddenly, an alarm goes off on your home's radar system as picking up several pings of craft heading your way. Could this be another pirate attack? By looking through a spyglass, you can see these are military planes headed your way. Are they here for you too? No matter the case, it's time to fight against your fears and fight back. Your weapon outpost and makeshift personal playground, the Tributary, is equipped with a missile turret that you and your mother constructed in the recent past. Take control of the missile turret and take down the incoming enemies. Your autonomous boat, the Sea Cobra, and your home are both outfitted with weapons that will assist you. For the first mission, you are simply tasked with firing missiles at some incoming enemies. This should be very easy. Proceed to loadout. Oh, yes. Tributary must be a fortress. Interesting. Yes, so we can actually design our own custom loadout for our vehicles to begin with. We just get the Tributary. I do see it says they cannot resupply or scrap them. Okay. We have a Sinner's Outpost and a Sea Cobra with us as well. Okay. And we have 12,500 materials to spend. And we can spend an amount of it on vehicles, or it's a score multiplier for us. Okay, we're not terribly interested about a score multiplier, so we'll just bring in a nice 3,000 for extra supplies. That gives us the ability to do a few things. Cheapest run 9,850, 9,185, highest score 150. Launch mission. I'm well aware I have not edited my loadout. That's fine. We'll stick with the weapon. The ship that they give us. So, what do we got here? Oh, we already have hostiles. Okay. I see them. So, we have this little missile turret here. And we just switched over to a normal weapon and right-click to fire. It looks like it's a long staggered fire add-on. Where's the staggered fire? 2 seconds. Let's go with 0.5 on that, please. You, going out of control? No, you're fine. Oh, they fired bombs at my friend over there. And he's in its spin. Oh, now he's gonna be even more of a spin. We took out his tail. You doing okay over here? No, you're dead. Or you appear to be dead, at least. Something is still shooting. I think it's the Sea Cobra. Oh, and those missiles actually hit us. I love the idea of us failing the first mission. That's a silly concept. But it's very possible considering those bombs are going to come right back at us. Yep, we lost. Home was torn asunder. Restart mission. Let's just immediately fire the missiles. That's such a long firing. Hopefully those actually do something. Oh, looks like we got the AI. Is there more enemies, or was it just the one? No, it looks like it's just the one. It's going down. You guys can stop shooting at it. Oh, nope, there's more. Okay. Give that one 2 missiles, and we'll give that one 2 missiles. Really change this to like... we have no missiles available at the moment. We could modify the fortresses, though, to be different when we next make this, or do this. Hey, that's a good hit. And the other one's out of control. So we can take our time killing that one. I think we'll be fine. Lost control. Ejecting. Oh, alright. Goodbye. Oh, here come more. Looks like they're going to divert off to that one. I'm guessing it's closer. Oh, that one missed. Okay. And it's coming around, hitting this one. Okay. That one's down. Looks like we took it out from the back. The other fortress attacking that one. This one's coming straight for us. Let's take it out. With extreme prejudice. Alright, that one's down. Sea Cobra hit it. Good job, Sea Cobra. Give it 3, just in case. Hey, that's not bad. What are these missiles, anyway? They are variable 2 fins, fuel tank, prediction, guidance, and 2 explosives. Okay, that's not too bad. Prediction guidance. Interesting. Alright. I normally go with AP. Oh, shit, it's right above me. That's bad. Where the bomb's gonna go for? Well done. Mission's complete. Oh, good lord. Okay. Excellent. Our score was 156. Don't really care that much. Alright, proceed to next mission. Been a whole day since the last attack on your home was thwarted, and things have been silent ever since. There were no remains to determine who was coming for you, since everything was automated. No mortal soul was in charge of those planes sent your way. Automation seems to be a rising trend throughout Niger's militaristic craft. Then again, why risk a pilot's life if an artificial intelligence can handle most things that one's life can do? You look at your coveted Sea Cobra, the automated ship that has served you well for defending your home. Your pondering is brought short by your radar going off once again. It seems that more threats are on the way to pay you a visit, this time in greater numbers. Could it be more automated planes, or will they be pilots this time? Regardless of the circumstances, you are recalled to defense yet again. Perhaps you should have your personal fortress fortified to resist incoming fire, while striking back with a larger payload in the process. Reinforcement of your fortress can be done by either replacing the current wood with a more durable material, or by adding additional layers of structural parts. Metal is a fantastic structural material for reinforcing an area. You can upgrade your fortress before the mission begins, even when in the mission briefing menu. Select the option to load the design in the designer for modification. This will allow you to build freely, save the design, and then select it as a personal fleet. Layers of structurally sound blocks improve the armor class of outer armor, which reinforce them. Yep. Try putting metal behind wood to make it more durable. Yep. Missile launcher fires 4 medium missiles, which is currently strong, but can easily be improved. Try adding more launch pads and respective gantries to the missile launcher. You can also add ejectors to the launch pads to ensure easy clearance of the missile. Some enemies are using flares, which will attract attention of IR-seeking missiles. Conversely, large targets attract radar-seeking missiles, which may allow for smaller planes an opportunity to get in closer zone attacks. Alright, load out. And click here to tweak my design. Oop, I just got an achievement. Wing Clipper. Interesting. Kill 20 planes in campaign. This is a gun. This is not a missile turret. This is a gun. It's not a very good gun either, by the looks of it. Let me, sub-objects. Let me bring out one of my free saved APS turrets. Why not? What's inside this box? Nothing? Excellent. We'll do metal real quick. Okay. So we have this nice little convenient box here. Let's go ahead and throw in... what about one of my big turrets? Do my big turrets fit in here? Yes, actually, it would fit in here. This is even just, like, overkill, though, for what we're doing. Let's go ahead and... Sub-objects mode, Patrolman Sea-Wiz. Let's get this guy buried in here. Let's turn off connection rules by pressing backspace. So, one of the things we're doing here today is I'm kind of going to go through the story missions and stuff like that, the basic stuff here, to kind of give you guys an idea of what this game is like, because I've had at least one person express interest in buying this game because I was playing it. And I'd like to make sure that everyone here actually knows what the hell this thing is about. Let's go ahead and give that a metal 2-meter beam, connecting that down, and we'll do wood 2-meter beams around it. Okay. That puts my turret up here, nice and safe. Ammo customizer. Oh, I don't have an ammo for this one. Let me go ahead and edit shell real quick. Together. We need a firing piece. So, this is an APS gun. I'm not gonna bother explaining the bits and pieces of an APS gun yet, because quite frankly, I don't really feel like I need to at the moment. But, let's go ahead and modify the turret. Quick, let's get rid of the CWIS controller, because I don't need that on here, or the weapon controller, because there's no AI on this boat, it's just me. So, from here, we can also get rid of the active radar, the coincidence rangefinder, all of this stuff, actually, we really don't need, because that's all for use on ships, and this is not a ship, this is a little fortress that has one little gun. That's all it has. We could add an AI. We could add an AI to the ship, to the fortress, but that feels expensive and unnecessary. So, first things first, let's place that meter there. And this is a terrible turret cap. You would never want to leave this much exposed air, but I'm going to, because I don't feel like fixing it right now. Not for a single mission, at least. So, from here, when you have an APS gun like this, you can modify the ammo it fires, and you have a bunch of different things in here. Don't worry about any of this right now. This should always be set as low as possible, and this is just which button you use to actually use the gun. For us right now, we just want to go to access intakes. And this allows us to assign an ammo to the gun. So we're going to create a new shell. Oop, nope. Edit this one. And we're going to select our firing piece over here. So firing piece 1, which is a 50mm firing piece. And that shows us a bunch of stats over here. So these are relatively straightforward. It's just it looks very dense and very complicated. Basically, you have your basic stuff here, which is basically the speed the bullet's going to go, the range at which the bullet can be detected by countermeasure systems, the amount of health the bullet has, and the effective time the bullet will be flying through the air, and the effective range, which you get by taking the muzzle velocity and the time and multiplying them together, the amount of recoil it's going to create, and ignore this last stat. Rail draw, you don't need to worry about, that's for railguns. Firepower is an obfuscated kind of way of just understanding how powerful a gun is. This one, not that powerful. The shell, pretty decent, but the gun itself, not that strong. We're gonna make an armor-piercing HE here. Armor-piercing frag, actually, is what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna do armor-piercing frag on this gun. And we're gonna take the cone of the fragments here that fire out of the frag shells, and we're gonna make them 45 degrees. And that should apply to all of them. Yes, it does. Okay. And a general rule of thumb here is you want to have more gunpowder than you do shell. If you do it the other way around, you're going to have a shell that basically just falls out of the gun. Not that useful. Again, you want to keep your velocity. For APS shells, you really want to keep your velocity around 1,000 or higher if you're aiming on something specific. And for this, we're probably going to call that good for the moment. That's a lot of damage. So we can see down here the kinetic damage that the shell will do. And then you'll see down here, this is from the AP head. And then this is from the fragment bodies. So you can see it's going to create 7 fragments. And each fragment will have 4 armor piercing, which is pretty much nothing in this game. And they'll do 255 damage per fragment, and there'll be 7 fragments, and they'll be fired at a 45-degree cone. Not too bad, considering this is a 50mm warhead. This is a very small, itty-bitty baby gun. It's a very small baby gun. But it should get the job done for what we're up against. If we wanted to do something else, we could do, for example, we could throw in here, instead we could do solid bodies. There's, HE, there's flak, which is like frag, but weaker. Actually, it's like HE, but weaker. It's made for taking out, like, exposed bits of planes, things like wings, things like that. Heat charges, which is, if you know what an RPG-7 does, where it liquefies a metal core and fires it like a jet through your enemy's armor, that's what a heat round does. EMP does exactly what it sounds like. It kills electronics. The rest of this is a little more complicated than that, but we'll get into that later. That's more complicated stuff that we don't need to get into right now. We'll get into that in the proper campaign once we're done with the story missions. We should be able to get through the story missions relatively easily with my current level of knowledge. And then we go ahead and we have our shell here. We can actually edit this real quick. We'll edit this to be the one we're gonna use. And we go back to access intakes here, and we can assign right there. And then we can click assign to all intakes. That assigns them to all intakes on the gun. You can see they all just turned from red to green. That means the gun is now loaded. And I believe it's on fire group 1, so we can actually select fire group 1. And you can see this is our gun. It aims up, it aims down, and it fires pretty fast. You can actually press caps lock to zoom in on the bullet. You can see it's just a little frag shell. You can see it's got a decent amount of range. It's covered 4,000 meters, so that's pretty good. Again, the effective range is about 3,000 meters we saw in the shell. So, that's about that. For that gun. How many extra materials do we have? 24,000? Oh, we have infinite commodities, though. Okay. So, we're gonna rename this to Mission... Oh, caps lock is on. Mission Fortress 1. And, ooh, there's a bunch of ammo in the back here. Do we need this much ammo? The answer is no, we don't need that much ammo. However, what we're going to do is we're actually going to add a small missile controller here. We're going to add a controller buried in the back down here. And we're going to say your group number 2. And I'm going to show you guys how to make wireless missiles. So this is really easy. You go ahead and take your controller here. You add on your identify friend or foe, very useful to make sure your missiles don't come slamming back into you or your allies. Your staggered fire add-on, which you actually don't need a connector for that. So we can just put the staggered fire add-on right there. And we'll make that delay, like, we'll go with 0.2 on this one. And then we can add a wireless transmitter. We add that to the back of the controller, just like that. It is not connected, so it needs to be on top, I believe. There we go. It is transmitting on channel 1. Now, we can go up here to our turret, and we press bracket to edit our turrets. And we can take a wireless receiver and place this right here. Oh, also we can remove those pesky tooltips that are everywhere. Let's actually remove this and put our wireless receiver inside of it. Then we can go and grab a connector. Grab 2 connectors here. And we can grab some medium missiles. Ooh, they're backwards. Some launch pads right here. Remove these. Now, normally you wouldn't want to double stack your weapons like this, but this is a small story mission. We should be okay. And we'll do a medium gantries here. Going out like this. So we have little missiles here. We'll do 1 more on each of those. Not sure why it did that for that, but these ones are proper missiles. We'll copy those to matching launch pads. There we go. Now we have proper missiles up here, if we so desire. And they're fully hooked up to our missile controller that's hidden down below our ship. So it's nice and safe. We can also get rid of this thing, the ammo customizer. We don't need this, because we... Oop, right. Gotta press left bracket to go back to editing the ship, or the base vehicle. Okay, let's see. Why is there another fire control computer over here? That doesn't need to be there. Alright, and then we can take our... armored up the inside of the turret there. We can actually do... what are these? These are wood slope 2 meters. We can go in here, get blocks, metal, slope 2 meters, match the angle, that, and then we can do that. By holding shift, we can replace the block that's under there. And it's like that. We have created much better armor there. We have triangle corner L. Boop. Triangle corner R, which, there we go. And a wood slope 1 meter. Perfect. Now, the enemies are going to be coming from that direction, so we don't really need to armor any other direction. We also put the wood on the inside. If this thing gets hit, it's going to go up like a powder keg. That's pretty much nothing we can do about that, honestly. So, the best defense, in my opinion, though, in this game, is a good offense, at least for the moment. So we're going to slap on an additional weapon system here. We're going to take one I prepared earlier, basically. I believe I have... It's very cheap. Where are they? Not the particle cannon. That's not a good one. Not a duckbill. Simple laser 2-axis, I believe. This one... Oh, this is stupid. This is a stupid design I made. This is not a good turret. Don't worry about that one. The Squirrel Hunter. I think we can afford this. So this is a missile launcher I made, or modified, I should say, from a base one, to be insanely destructive against aircraft specifically. And we're just gonna literally tack it on the side here. And it comes preloaded with a bunch of fun toys that we don't need for this. So we're gonna go ahead and modify it by pressing left bracket. You can see our camera just tilted. We don't need this munition warning system. We don't need these small missiles up top, because those are for shooting down enemy missiles. We don't need those, because we don't have any prediction guidances on our ship. Local open controller, we don't need. We're going to replace it with a beam of metal, so that the ship doesn't, so the turret doesn't just fall apart. And then we also need the shield protector back here, either, or the AI wireless receiver. And we're going to replace that with a 2-meter beam as well. Just solid metal now. And we're going to make sure that these are all hooked in. Make sure these are using the right kind of missiles. Yes, these are using very, very, very maneuverable small missiles, so they go after aircraft, basically. And where is your controller? I believe it's right here. Make sure your weapon slot 3. On this side. To make sure your weapon slot 3. No. Now, we also have to make sure the turrets are weapon slot 3. Otherwise, the turrets won't respond to us trying to control them. And weapon slot 3. Okay. Now, for these guys, we got to make sure they're also weapon slot 2. So we'll go back to the base of the ship. Or the base of the fortress, I should say. And the missile controller, it's already set to weapon slot 2. Excellent. So we can test that by going into out of build mode. We have weapon slot 1, that's the gun. Weapon slot 2, those are the missiles on the gun. And then weapon slot 3 is the Squirrel Hunter turret, which we can aim pretty much any direction and fire a whole bunch of missiles. So there we go. Also, these missiles, I need to make sure that they have a signal processor, because if the enemy is using flares, we don't want them getting distracted. A signal processor helps a missile see a flare as a flare rather than an enemy ship that it goes after instead and, you know, flies off course and gets missed. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's also cover up our ammo storage here. We have 450 materials available, and we need 420. Excellent. We have the perfect amount. Let's go ahead and cover that up with 3-meter beams. Perfect. Just a little nubbin right there. As far as this goes, let's also add a little fire shield to ourselves, so that if we get shot at, we don't just instantly die. I believe, yeah, there's railings in the way. There we go. Again, keep in mind, this is basically a tutorial mission. If we get shot at significantly, we're probably just gonna die. Or there's no point in trying to stay alive too much. So we'll just add nice little corners. That's not the right corner. I want the triangle corner. Nope, inverted L. Nope, triangle corner is the one I wanted. It's just that it's not set properly, because I didn't do an inverted L here. No. By the way, to rotate things, I'm holding tab, and you can see that all the different directions come up. So A and D rotate on the red circle, WS on the green, and then Q and E on the blue circle. Very simple, or you can also rotate by pressing your camera and pressing G or golf. Alright. I will also make a statement here. I am not good at this game. It's very complicated to be good at this game. Alright, let's see if that's enough to win us this fight. Actually, I want to do one more thing. I want to add a simple weapon. I just want to add a little quad 40 mil right above us. Right on this little plinth that I just made. Just because it fits pretty much perfectly right there. Look at that. It's perfect. And I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do on this guy. I think we're good to go. Let's make that control group 4 so we can use it if we need to. Or we'll just use all weapon group at some point. Let's make weapon group 1 so it fires with the main gun. Alright. with that, it's not a good vessel, but it's a vessel nonetheless. We're going to go ahead and save this. Weird Mission Fortress Attempt 1. Save over. Yep. Alright. Now we'll go to Return to Mission Setup. Ooh, we don't have enough materials. Okay, so it's too expensive. 1,700 to spend. Oh, we don't have enough money. Alright, click here to tweak my design, please. Let's get rid of the quad gun. Because the quad gun cost us how much? I mean, it's 1,500. That was actually quite expensive. Let's see. Let's get rid of the out... What else could we get rid of? We don't need this much material storage. Not that that's expensive. Why is there another fire control computer back here? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. We could probably trim this down a little bit by making this wood instead that's covering us on the front here. Should be fine. One layer of wood, one layer of metal. We should be fine. Again, if we get shot at, we've probably already lost. Alright, we'll call that good for the moment. Alright. Hopefully that's enough to reduce our price. Say vehicle again. Just set up. 17. Oh, I only have 17,000 to spend. I really probably should have read that ahead of time. Alright. Let's rid of the Squirrel Hunter and see if that's enough. Because the Squirrel Hunter is 8,000, so... Where's your turret? I know it's in here somewhere. There it is. Let's see if this little guy is enough to actually do the damage we're here to do. It might be. It might not be. I don't know. Alright. And save vehicle. This should be more than enough. Yeah, it's 15,000, so we're going to have 2,000 left over for ammo, basically. You know what? No, we really can't add more missiles to the top of that thing. We're really out of money at this point. Alright. Return to mission setup. Okay, there we go. We have enough money now. Score multiplied, but you've overspent by 0 points. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's bring in 1,500, just so we get a few points. Why not? Alright, let's try. Highest score on this mission was 41. Oh boy, okay, we've already got targets. Let's go ahead and... Yep, we fired the missiles out. Are they in range? I'm hard to tell exactly. No ammo. Why do we have no ammo? Oop, that one's down. We also have the Sinner's Outpost helping us still. We are hitting it, it looks like. The missiles are going for the other one. Oh, yep, we're doing some damage up here. Hard to see, but we are doing damage. We'll just rely on the small gun. You can see the damage numbers actually pop up in the top right of my screen. Oh, hey, there's an enemy down there. I think we are in range. Are we not in range? Oh, we're definitely in range. Okay, so we've got them pretty much disabled. I'm going to let the AI take that one out. And we'll see if another group pops up. And we'll let them have a salvo of missiles to start. That'll be what we do. Are we still in range to shoot that guy? Yes, we are very much still in range to shoot that guy. Alright, let's help. Because it's taking a while to kill that guy. Alright, he's going out of control, which means he's going down finally. Well, he did just return fire at us, little shit. Cobra's kind of adorable. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. Just a little boat. How much do you cost? 13,000? We've got one big gun. Probably would be better off if you had a smaller gun like mine. Oh, there we go. Alright. Let him have it with the missiles. And then we'll open up on the other one using the cannon. Yeah, so you can see the flares went out, but our missiles struck true regardless. That guy looks like he's going into spin of some type. We'll hold the missiles for if we need them. Give him some powder. And some lead. That guy says he's going out of control, but he's awfully close to me, so I think they're all out of control at this point. I'm a little hesitant about that guy. He's a little close at the moment. Let's put some pepper on him. Oh, we hit something up there. You can see there was an explosion. Alright, he's down. He's going out of control. This guy is not, apparently. Somehow. Not sure how much damage we're actually doing over here. Let's take a gander, shall we? We're definitely doing something out here. Oh yeah, he's losing a whole wing. He's still in the air, so he's spinning in circles at the moment, is what he's doing. Which, as you can see, our gun's a little too slow to keep up with him. We're occasionally getting a hit, but not much, unfortunately. Luckily, our gun doesn't take a lot of ammo to fire. Trying to lock on a center mass there. Eventually, the game will realize that they are out of control, and they will just despawn them. So we can save our ammo for the next round of enemies, let me put it that way. Oh, that guy just got a hit. Ah, he's firing bigger, like, explosive flak shells than we are. We're firing smaller ones. We're firing ones that have to actually hit to do damage. He's firing ones that just kind of hit the area and blow up whole wings. See if we can put a little bit of pepper on him. No, not really. All right, we'll hold our fire because we're down to only 900 materials left. Oh, the other one's dead. And in a real game, you'd actually be able to collect those resource balls to get more resources. And your ships and stuff automatically collect them anytime they're near them. All right, lost control, ejecting. Excellent. Another wave? There's another wave. All right. Give them the good news. The good news? The good news? Hello? Fire the missiles, maybe? Oh, that's not good. Are we out of materials? Oh, I accidentally selected a grenade launcher on accident. Whoops. Fire the missiles. Because he's way too close now. There we go. The missiles took him down. And just to demonstrate, you can see our gun does actually do some damage there. You can see fragments and stuff popping off of him when we hit him. With the smaller gun. Sea Cobra out here looking adorable. Look at this guy. Alright. As the last plane falls from the sky, you once again breathe a sigh of relief. Examination of the remains shows that these were all automated once again, and no lives were taken. The exhilarating experience fills you with adrenaline again, but the reality that your life was at stake quickly settles in to quell your excitement. Just what can all of this mean? Who is so hellbent on removing you from this location? Why can't a normal, harmless craft enter your airspace for once? As you ponder the thought, you hear a distant sound from the wreckage of one of the planes in the water. Prepare for the final test, River Rat. Proceed to next mission. It's been 3 days since the last attack on your home, but those days have been entirely restless. You are still haunted by the echoes of the final words that you heard in the last battle. You are being tested. Who in their right mind tests someone by sending militaristic aircraft to destroy your home? Just to test you? This all seems like some cruel joke, and whoever is behind it is sickening. Once again, your radar gives an alert of incoming objects. However, there's only one object this time. You find your spyglass, and as you look in the distance, you see a plane, but this time you see no weapons on it. It looks to be a scout or messenger plane, above all else as it's flying your way. Due to there being no weapons, you feel less inclined to immediately make your way to your weapons platform. As it approaches, you hear a familiar robotic voice. This is a formal notice. Prepare your defenses one last time. The last test approaches. Do you have what it takes, River Rat? Unsettled by the statement, your mind is once again put into a panic. Just what does all this mean? This is a test you have to endure. What is being expected from you? Is it your capabilities of working with weapons, your will to survive, or perhaps both? What if there's something more to this test that you do not know? All you that you can do for now is play along and prepare your defenses yet again. Knowing what has been sent your way, you can only anticipate more planes, but deep down you feel that something much bigger is coming. You can expect more waves of incoming aircraft, so your focus should be to improve your missile turret and reinforce tributary as necessary. Previous improvements worked, build upon them even more. Proceed to loadout. We have 20k to spend. Alright, let's tweak our design, shall we? First of all, let's disable all of the tips. Thank you. let's see. How much does an extra turret cost? A patrolman turret. 8,900. We can't afford another one of these turrets, unfortunately. That would be really useful if we could. We can, however, afford additional missiles. And what we can do to do that is we can bring up same controller down here. How much do these transmitters actually cost? I don't know. They cost 100 and I presume 200 respectively. Yes? Yeah. Okay. 100 and 100, so 200 total. So we could add some small missiles. Medium missiles actually do cost less than mediums, which is interesting. Or smalls, I should say. But I believe they cost more in the gantry department. Yeah, 200 versus 200 here as well, but you get less missile. Something like that. Small missiles, however, are quite useful. We're going to aim them this way. And we're going to add... Oh, we got to actually build on the turret. I frequently forget to do that. I have no idea what's coming in this fight, so we're going to build some gantries here for some smaller missiles. And we're going to load one of my previous designs, the small explodey. And we're going to change out your regulator for a signal processor. And one of your fuel tanks with a... It's in here. APN guidance. So APN guidance just means the missile's going to aim where the enemy is going to be, and thus collide with them rather than at the enemy and, you know, chase them forever. So, with that, we're going to make these nice and explosive boys right here. They have a whopping lifetime of 10 seconds, so their expected range... They'll thrust for 16 seconds. Nope, we want more than that, so let's... Or less than that, because they only live for 10 seconds. So, we'll ramp the thrust output up till this is about 10 seconds. So they'll be thrusting the entire time they're in the life. Alright. For entire time they are alive. Alright, I think that's good for this. Copy to all matching launch pads. And we'll give them, we'll give these ones green smoke. How about that? And copy to launch pads again. That way it copies the smoke. Alright. Let's actually save this one. Let's do save, basic, 10 second, 3-part. Basic, 10 second. Alright. So now we have these glued up here. They will also fire when we fire the missiles, which means our staggered fire will fire probably one of these, a couple of these, a couple of this, and it'll go back and forth between the two until we've decided we're done firing missiles. So, not perfect, but it's okay. And that doesn't cost much money. And I say that, and it costs us 3,000 materials, because missiles are expensive. Missiles are expensive because they are very good, and they're very, like, beginner-friendly. That's why these missions are, like, teaching you to do missiles, not APS guns. Let's actually swap this as well. Let's swap over to... Let's edit our gun, and swap it to explosive. That way, if it does hit enemies, it does more damage. That's the idea, at least. Alright. We'll leave that as is, and... Because we modified the single shell, it should have automatically done it to all of them. And we can test that by out here, firing the gun, pressing caps lock, and you can see... nope, that looks like a frag still. Hang on. Because the ammo that was in the clips was still, Designer mode, refill APS shells. Now they're high explosive. There we go. That's much better. So now it'll penetrate into the armor, and then as soon as it's done armor piercing, it'll explode. At least it'll try its best. Alright, let's go ahead and save this vehicle. And return to mission setup. And we'll bring all of our material, because we almost ran out of material for missiles and stuff last time. Launch mission. Get out here and take a gander at what we're shooting at, shall we? Oh, we're hitting them. It's the same things we were shooting at last time, I think. You can see, there we go. We poured that one out. Let's go ahead and target the next one. You can see the explosions are much more violent this time around from our gun. Because we removed the frags and replaced it with explosives. So, Of course the explosives are more violent. There's more explosions this time. This guy's getting awfully close. Don't like it. Oh, he's deploying missiles. Or bombs. That's really bad for us. Because that'll probably kill us instantly. Yep, there we go. We just dropped out of the thing. We can actually save ourselves, maybe. Oh, we're not allowed to teleport in this mission. Okay. Well, we're dead. Probably. If the Heartstone is still alive, we might actually survive this. Hey, we survived this. Excellent. Now we'd have to stand right here to actually use the gun. Which, problem. The gun's been destroyed. So, we haven't lost yet, technically. How about you? I shall fire my hand weapon at you. That's really bad. I don't think I can shoot those down. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem in a couple seconds. I'm gonna stand up here on top of the metal part where the most armor, and there we go. Yeah, that'll be the end of the mission, I believe. No, are we still somehow technically alive? Oh, nope. I mean, the whole thing just fell in the water. Do we not actually need to keep our house alive? We just need to keep us alive. Does this have a Heartstone? It does. It has a Heartstone. We're still technically in the game, boys. This does not look good. At all. Oh, the other one's still alive, too. This is a problem. This one's guns are not so good. That one's doing a circle. Oh, there's an AA gun up here. Is this automated? Is this controlled? Is it in use? It is currently in use, yes. And it's currently exploding, I believe. This is a very poorly designed AA gun. It's very small, though. How much does this thing cost? I can't actually look at its stats. I mean, we could build something tiny like this to just add extra firepower to our vehicle if we need to. We could get rid of the missiles and add in several of those, in fact. Because APS guns are much cheaper than missiles. The other guy still alive? No. Things have gone very poorly for us at the moment. I just noticed, by the way, this vehicle has 128,000 materials on it. I see how it is, game. If one of those cram shells hit, that would be excellent. Can I modify you in any way? Be more useful. Oh, yes, I can actually do this. Required accuracy down. That'll actually make them slightly more accurate. Or it means they're less likely to waste their fire, let me put it that way. Unless they have a clean shot. Actually do that. Hopefully that will help. Because the minigun ain't doing much here, I'm not gonna lie. I think they don't have any weapons left on board, though. They're just kind of flying at us and not really attacking us. What about you? Can I change your required accuracy? Yes, I can. That down. What kind of shells are you firing? Blackhead. Time fuse? I mean, I guess if you're firing just flak, that's okay. It's probably doing the most work on this boat so far. I know this is riveting gameplay. Okay, can I just take control of you? What weapon group are you? Weapon group 1. So I'm gonna wait for it to be coming straight at us in a straight line, and then I'm gonna try and shoot it with this thing. We'll see how well it works. Get off of it real quick. And immediately it wasted its shot because I got off of it. God damn it. No, get back up on the damn thing. There we go. Oh, come on. What is this? I'm, like, inside the wall. Oh, because it's that one individual piece, like, damaged, I think. Bring the gun up. Fire! I fucking nailed it. Tracking. I think we're loading still up right now. Oh, interesting. Also, the base here doesn't have enough processing power for its AI. That would be why it's constantly missing its shots. Because it's essentially its eyes are visible. Our eyes are good, but its brain is too dumb to actually use its eyes. Ooh, that was a good hit. Hey, a broken clock is right twice a day. Is that the last enemy? Low materials, it says. If that's the last enemy, then we just won. If it's not the last... I mean, every single other wave one has been 3 waves. It's still there. Why is it not despawned yet? That's a problem. What are we looking at out here? Is that an Atlas? It is an Atlas. That's a big ol' airship. Well, while we wait for the guns to get in range, because the only thing in range currently is the flak gun, let's take a gander at it, shall we? See what we're up against. No, it's not an Atlas. What is this? Atlas Retrofit. It's got cram guns instead of AA guns, and it's a bomber. Okay. Well, that's very concerning to me that it exists. I'm hoping the flak gun shoots off its balloons. That would be very good. Ooh, that's looking good. Oh, right in the front gun. Still coming at us, though. Very concerning. We win this, I'm gonna be very surprised. If it gets within range, we are super dead. Did we actually damage that front gun? Yes, looks like we did. Well, this is very concerning to me. Oh, we are so dead. Is there anything left of this thing? Mission was failed. Alright. Edit loadout and retry. Click here to tweak our design. If we'd fired the missiles, we probably would have been completely fine, honestly. The fact that these pop up every time is really annoying. Alright, let's try a really simple, tiny gun just to get us a little bit of extra firepower against the enemy. Let's do advanced cannons. Let's grab a... Nope, we need a turret real quick, so dual sub-objects. We'll go to a 1-axis turret. We're just gonna glue it on right in front of our head. So if it explodes, great, excellent. Let's do a little cooling 5-way. Right there. Turn off connection things by pressing backspace so we can place things in the air. We're gonna place the advanced firing piece right here. We're gonna place another 5-way splitter right here. And then we're gonna place new autoloaders. And we're gonna go with just a 1-meter autoloader. Why is this not? Oh. Nope. And we're gonna go right there, and right here, and right here. And we're already overpriced. Shit. We really can't add anything else to this. We could get rid of the other missile turret. Let's just try this with this design again. And let's see if actually using the missiles this time would be helpful. Probably. Yes is the answer to that question. Let's put the missiles down range at that guy. And then let's put some fire on this guy. We'll reserve some of our missiles. That one's dead. The missiles just hit that guy. Okay, this guy's too close for comfort. It's going down. But is he going down fast enough, or is he actually going to be able to bomb us? He's deploying bombs. The Sea Cobra just went down. Sinner's Outpost is still standing. Sinner's Outpost is actually repairing the Sea Cobra, it looks like. Alright, that one's down. Spin back around, prepare for the next wave. We'll let the missiles go, and whichever one the missiles choose to go after, we'll go after the other one with the gun. Say, that many missiles should absolutely annihilate that target. Did not seem to do so. Yeah, he's still flying. Okay. That's concerning. Let's fire the missiles, if we have any available. Nice cram shot. From the AI over there. No, he's still shooting us. That one's dead. And those bombs are going to be a problem. The Sinner's Outpost just went up. At least part of it did. Okay, that guy's down. That guy's down. I'm going to preemptively fire a crapload of missiles in this direction. Is he despawning? There he is. We might actually recover with this. We might just recover. I don't know if we're actually in range. The medium missiles are definitely in range. I don't know if the small missiles are in range. Looks like, yes, everything was in range. Let's go take a gander at this guy and see how much damage we've done so far. Also, momentarily, we should have our missiles back online, so we're going to dump everything we've got at him. Oh, he's listing. Switch to just the gun. We don't know if there's another target after him. Too low. He's in the drink. And the AI cram cannons have failed to hit anything. The Sea Cobra's back up. Nice. Oh, that's a problem. Who's it shooting at? Oh, it's way low. Okay. Whew. That was concerning for a second there. We're just going to keep putting pepper on it and make sure it stays dead. Is there another one? Nope, that's it. Well done. The mission is complete. With the fall of the last airship, you can finally feel at ease. The one who has been testing you has nothing more to send your way, and the skies are clear yet again. You look around at your home and see everything you worked on ever since this started. In one hand, you can't feel victimized, to be tested in a battle of survival and wits. But these tests have strengthened you as well. In fact, you almost feel impervious to any pirate attack headed your way now. Out in the distance, you see a swift hoverboat headed your way. You grab your spyglass to see that the boat is waving a white flag signifying peaceful intent. You don't see any weapons on the hoverboat, but what does catch your eye is that it's being piloted by a living being. It takes the boat a few minutes to reach your vicinity, but once it does, you can definitely tell that it has the look of being Deepwater Guard, all over them by their tattered attire alone. Before you go through more analysis, this being speaks in a deep masculine tone. Avast, River Rat. You think you have some real fighting grit in ya. You passed my test with flying colors, so color me impressed. Before you can retort your mixed feelings, he continues, I know what you're thinking. Just why did I test ya? Well, I'll tell you that, River Rat. I know where your mother is, and the one who kidnapped her is an enemy of mine. I had to see if you were worth your weight in skill to be a part of my crew and help. There's a brief pause before they continue one last time. So what do you say, River Rat? For the first time, you feel twisted to even consider allying with a pirate, but they seem to show promise in what they offer. Whether you trust them enough or just want to see your mother once again, you feel obligated to join them as you simply nod your head and join them on their hoverboat. The one who consulted you gives a simple smile before laughing. You made a good choice, River Rat. Just call me Captain Sal. I'll fill you in on the details on the way back. Hey, and we did it. See you to the next mission. Scratching the surface. Not long after you boarded Captain Sal's scouting boat, he talks to you with more details of why he recruited you to his cause. Alright, River Rat, let me tell you what's going on and why I came for you. I heard from the grapevine that your mother's been taken to the fortress of a pirate captain of the name of Ruger. You see, Ruger and I go way back. We used to be friends, if you could call us that. However, that fool backstabbed me and took everything I had, all over some bet in a game. I found out he was cheating before I got sent out on the sea with nothing but this here boat. I waited years, got back up on my feet, got me a crew, and even got me own flagship. Old Ruger's been watching on my watch for a while, but taking an innocent person's mother, I think it's time he paid for his sins. Of course, he won't make that easy, as he's got plenty of forces at his disposal. That's where ye come in, River Rat. I was impressed by your work with weapons, but let's see how much you've gotten your feet wet. I've got a little missile boat I want you to try out, named Scallywag. It's fast on the water and easy to drive. Use it to take down a few old Ruger's lesser craft. The Scallywag missile boat features a small missile turret in the front and all the necessities to manually drive it. Use T to increase. Yeah, I know how to drive. The controls there are actually wrong. Interesting. Which sometimes bring the boat to a halt. Yep. Okay. Missile on this. I'm guessing the controls have been updated since this came out, and they're no longer that. Unless they are that, in which case, then interesting. Missiles on the Scallywag are all on a singular turret to allow firing of missiles in most directions necessary. The missiles themselves use radar seekers, which are great for reliably locking into large targets. If they miss, they can also loop back around for another chance to hit the target, if they have enough fuel. The objective's simple. Drive the Scallywag to avoid enemy munitions, while also returning fire with your missile turret. Having additional materials will allow you to repair any damage you may sustain. Alright. We have 1,800 to spend, and the vehicle costs 1,400. Alright, let's launch mission. With the vehicle we have. Oh, it really is just that matter, huh? Alright. Let's go ahead and get this up here and get my camera out behind me so I can see. Thank you. And open fire. Let's turn around a little bit, shall we? Looks like one's down. What are we shooting at anyway? Missiles are still reloading. Oh, monkey barrels. Alright. Why on earth are they aiming at these ones? Unfortunate. I aimed them up more, so they forced them to lock onto that one. Maybe. Yep, looks like that worked. Monkey barrels are, they're just bad. They're not good. Try and preserve some missiles here. We don't really need a ton. Alright, that one's going down. Alright, what are we going at after now? Let's go ahead and just fire off all the missiles at this point. Another monkey barrel. And something on the water, but I don't know what it is yet. This is a neat little boat. That monkey barrel is going down. That monkey barrel is still in the air. Let's fire two. would have muted myself there, but currently have hands on controls. Wait to see if those take any hits. Looks like they did some damage. Still, oh, nope, they're coming back around. There we go, got it. And that one's going down. Let's fire these high into the air so that it fires them. They incline to go after something other than the same monkey barrel. Nope, they went after the same monkey barrel. Yep. And that's why I like guns. They go where you aim them rather than where the AI wants to aim them. Okay, you definitely should be the only target in the air at this point. Besides whatever one is in the water. If I fire them off of that way, they might actually go for it. Nope, it's going straight for the monkey barrel. Alright. Third missile was needed. Third missile was needed. Is a fourth missile needed? Looks like no is the answer, or yes is the answer to that question. That was a bottom hit. That didn't do much of anything. Easy kill. Alright. That one is actually fully dead, so we can fire off these. Let's take a look at what we're looking at. A smoker. Oh, I know the smoker. The smoker is a, very big missile ship. Let's go ahead and just remove that from existence, shall we? That was a direct hit on their engine. It's still coming. Ooh. Is it gonna actually hit it? It did. These are a nice little missile design. What? Oh, and we're done. All right. With the last of Ruger's forces here brought to ruin, you hear your radio bring in noise. It sounds like none other than Captain Sal. Way to go, River Rat. You sank those forces like it was nothing. That's way better than most of me crew, so you must be the real deal. Of course, those craft were nothing more than a first line of defense. So we can expect Ruger to have some tougher forces the further we go. In fact, we have some forces preparing to go, but they need supplies. We got a cargo ship ready to go to them, but it's gonna need protection. Get on back to base and we'll talk plans. Proceed next mission. You've been at Sal's fortress for no more than an hour before he confronts you as planned in regards to the next mission. Alright, River Rat, here's the news. We got a walrus cargo looking to supply a fleet that's set up to attack one of Ruger's outposts. I don't trust these waters, so the walrus needs a transport to get there. I plan to have a few extra gunboats helping out, but I just got word that Ruger sank them with some bombers. Right now, you're pretty much all I got. That boat of yours can hold its own just as you showed me. Just travel escort with the walrus just in case Ruger catches on. When we know the skies are safe, we'll have a flare set out. Just get there, and I'll call that a successful mission. Now, if Ruger's got bombers, then he'll surely be pacing the skies and looking for more things to sink. Of course, we got some extra resources from the scrap of Ruger's forces from last battle, so you might be able to make use of them to upgrade the turret on the Scallywag. The more firepower you got, the safer you'll be. Alright. In this mission, you're tasked to defend a walrus cargo ship from anything that happens into the area. Defend it from attackers until it's able to reach its destination. In the event that the walrus gets too crippled to move, you yourself may move to the marker that appears when the skies are clear. If the walrus takes too much damage, however, the mission will end in failure. Expect solid resistance, so consider upgrading your missile launcher with more missiles. Okay then. Noted. Let's load out. How much do we have? We have 20k to spend. Okay. So, I'm going to show you guys another thing real quick. When you're building on a boat, you don't want to deal with the camera bobbing back and forth. Caps lock. You just press caps lock and it lifts the whole boat up out of the water and keeps it perfectly stationary for you. Alright, let's go ahead and take a gander at what we actually have here. That turret all the way down here? Where's the turret on this thing? That's ammo storage. Oh, it's right here. It's inside this wood. Okay. We have plenty of space here. We could actually do something like this. We do a rail launcher. Nope, we modify the turret. Grab the rail launcher, and I'm going to show you this. We can press N to activate symmetry mode. That was N as in November. And we can aim them this way, rotate it upwards, and we can add them literally just like that. We can do gantries here. It's on the back as well. Go. And we go up to these missiles. These are nice missiles. Yeah, these are very simple missiles. They're just medium, so they're very dangerous. Copy that to launch pads, and we are over budget. The budget was 20k. Really can only add like one extra missile. I think they made missiles more expensive since the last time they, modified this. If we do one rail launcher there. That's too much, right? Yeah, it's too much. So if we turn off symmetry mode, that's enough. There we go. Okay. All right, and we'll make sure these are copied to all launch pads. Okay. These do a good enough job. I don't need to modify these, I don't think. So we'll see how we go from there. And we'll save this vehicle, the Scout. I'm just going to accept that name. All right. Return to mission setup. Launch mission. There's the Walrus. Unfortunately, we can't resupply from the Walrus, apparently. All right, let's get this up in the air. Let's look around for enemies. Nope, nothing at the moment. We're just going to cruise along. All right, there they are. Okay. Go ahead and... Oh, the Walrus actually has guns. Hoping I can get those to aim at different vehicles. It's like, yes, I could. By firing them off like that. Trying to conserve some of our missiles, but at the same time, they don't seem to be doing great against these specific enemies. Looks like I took out his ammo, most likely. Aim way up and to the right, and maybe I can get them to go after the other guy. Nope, they're going after the guy who's injured already. There we go. Managed to get him to target lock on different targets. Gotta keep an eye out for other potential... Oh, I felt a lag spike. Yep. They're all going after the same target. Okay. That guy is still behind us, but remember, he doesn't have ammo, so he's not really a threat. Firing flares doesn't do much against radar missiles, though. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Evasive maneuvers? Oh, we can't just crash into the grouper, though. Oh, that's not good. Oh, those are magnets, aren't they? I'm pretty sure those are magnets. Oh, they're chasing us. Keep going, please, for the love of God. Oh, they hit us. Are we going to be able to repair that? Maybe. We're still alive, technically. That was a lag spike. Big boy, up ahead. Fire everything we got at him. You down? Yeah, you're down. Alright, fire that last missile. It's another Atlas retrofit. Got a lot... Hello. Got a lot of missiles on this guy. And, he's still coming at us. That's very concerning. Hey, was it the Walrus actually hit him. Good job, Walrus. I have no idea if you're going to survive this Walrus, because, he ain't showing much signs of damage at the moment. Oh, you poor bastard. He's not going after me. Oh, never mind. He did go after me, too. Oh, please don't crash, like, on the Walrus. Hang on. Nope, back. Oh, there's no chair for me to sit in. No, Walrus, no. Don't crash into him. He's got rams. You don't. Walrus is taking some damage. But the Atlas is underwater. Oop, the Atlas is back up. Not allowing that to happen. That is not allowed, sir. You need to die. Walrus, you good? You got 95% durability left on there? Ooh, we did get some materials back from the enemy ships. Very nice. Look, we almost reached our destination. Walrus is right there. Ah, the skies are clear. They sent up a flare. That would be that thing, I'm guessing. Now we just need to reach our destination. Which I can go to, or the walrus can go to. Hey, look at that. Oh, some fine shooting out there, River Rat. Even if that walrus is a little banged up, the resources are there in one piece. We got a tugboat there that'll pull her the rest of the way, and then the resources can be transferred. I mean, she's able to move under her own power still. Expect you working with that fleet the rest of the way through these missions, River Rat. The objective is to punch more of a hole in Ruger's forces and take down a few of his larger craft. It won't be easy, but you've proven to handle some tough challenges. See you next mission. Tuna troubles. It's been about 3 hours since you headed out with Sal's supplied fleet to assist them on their path into Ruger's forces. It hasn't been very active for a while, but you finally see something out in the distance. You get a better view with your spyglass, and it looks like there are a lot of ships bearing Ruger's flags. One thing that catches your eye about these ships are the presence of missile interceptors, missiles designed to fire at and destroy other missiles. The interceptors may pose a problem for your missiles, but torpedoes may be able to get past these defenses more effectively and put a hole into them. As you finish your analysis, you hear Sal on your radio again. Aye, River Rat, the Atlas has got a sight to some red tuna missile ships. They're gonna leave a nasty dent in those airships, so take them out quick. These are some of Ruger's elite ships for their size, so don't underestimate them. Should they pick your little boat as a target, you may not last long out there. Torpedoes consist of a torpedo propeller and ballast tanks when constructing a missile. Using a torpedo, sonar for the head, yep. Ignition to guide the torpedoes more reliably, so long as you keep laser targeters on your foes. Atlases are the primary targets of your foes. Take out Ruger's forces as quickly as possible to minimize damage dealt to the airships. Okay. We have 22,000 to spend. Definitely want to tweak this guy. And this is actually really easily done. We just go over here, again, close all the frickin' tooltips. So to swap one of these, it's very simple. Like I said, we just swap the thruster for a torpedo propeller, the active radar seeker for a torpedo sonar. And for torpedoes, you don't really need more than one set of fins. So you could keep the extra set of fins just to make sure they're maneuverable enough. Or you could swap it to another explosive warhead. What we're actually going to do, I'm going to give it an EMP warhead in place of that. And then we're going to copy to all matching launch pads. Our missiles and our torpedoes, we just jet them off of this thing. They should make it off of this on their own. Yep, they get fired fast enough that they get launched off. Perfect. And you can see away they go. Sea skimming away to eventually blow something up. Because we're going after ships, we don't really need to add ballast tanks to torpedoes. We can just leave them as is, basically. We could if we wanted to, though. How much space do we have? We have 60 seconds of fuel. And they live for 40 seconds. If we swap out that fuel tank for a ballast tank, and we keep extra space for fuel, we have 58 seconds of thrust. What? How much fuel did these things bloody have? $24,000. Now I swap that for a ballast tank. Huh. Float depth. We can actually adjust this so that they go just under the water. So we'll do like, not 45 meters, 5 meters. So they'll float 5 meters under the water. And they'll try and keep that depth until they, arm at the target, essentially. And default guidance is sea skimming. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll copy all matching launch pads. Now, when I fire them off like this, it'll get into the water eventually. And it'll try and sink down to 5 meters below the water. Just about. So, that means it should keep the enemy ships from being able to fire surface missiles at them. Which they said they had missile interceptors specifically. So, that's what we specifically want to avoid here. And we have 22,000 available for modifications, so let's go ahead and get a launcher. Let's scrap one. We don't need multiple of these. Put this missile back on. Not that big. And it's 20k. I think we can probably get away with just that. Rapid automatic launch pads, because we do need some materials for fuel and ammo. We gotta remember that. Anything on here we can salvage? Anything we don't need on here? Yeah, mainframe's nice and exposed. Very nice. In here is the ammo compartment. Do we have enough ammo? We don't technically have enough ammo. Let's go ahead and resources. Ammo parts. Is there any free space in here? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Not a great ammo compartment either, for that matter, but whatever. We're only going to add one box, so we're just going to add this. Right here. If we get hit, we're dead anyway, so... Oh well. Alright, from here, let's go ahead and save this. You save it over, and return to mission setup. Launch mission. Hoping those ones will go for a different target than the other one. Alright. They are firing missiles immediately at the Atlases. Oh, and me. Okay. That's not good. One of the Atlases is already out. Oh, boy. Let those torpedoes go. How many Atlases do we have? 2. 97 and 98. One's down. One is AI dead. Now, the torpedoes don't care if they're dead already. They'll just attack them. Oh, that's 2 down. That's still just 2. The Atlases are helping us, which is nice. This guy just refuses to die. There he goes. That's a nice explosion. And you can see that blue spark was from the EMP weapons. There's another one. One of the Atlases is just in the water at the moment. That one's dead. So we need to lob him over there. It looks like that guy took some damage, but he's still standing. Let's try and get a nice lob on that guy. Try and aim for the other one. The torpedoes don't like to close from behind a target. And actually, you saw them shooting missiles at the torpedoes there while I launched them up into the air. And it looks like that's both of them down, yes? Looks like that's both of them down. Is there another wave of enemies? I presume the answer will be yes. Oh, no, he's still alive. That should take care of him. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Oh, you leave that Atlas alone, sir. He's still alive? He's still alive. Stop living, buddy. I know there's going to be more of you, so please stop living. That looks like it probably sank him. Alright, hang on. Come here. Stop living. There we go, I got him. Either I got him or the AI got him, one of the two. Alright, let's get this thing turned around. There's probably going to be more ships coming in the other way. Oh, no, that's done. She did it, River Rat. Sure, those Atlases are a bit banged up. Probably can't even fly. Hey, one of them is. That's why we got spare resources to get them repaired. Once they're back in good condition, the push can continue. I already got word that the other fleet we sent out attacking was attacking one of Ruger's larger ships. In fact, it was the target of this attack. Unfortunately, I lost communication, so that fleet must have gotten taken out. They weren't far from your location. I'll give you the coordinates so you can hightail it over there with those Atlases and take it down. See you to next mission. You've been traveling with the 2 Atlas airships toward the coordinates that Sal gave you. Upon the ocean horizon, you start to see the silhouette of a ship in the distance. You pull out your spy glass and see that the ship is quite pristine, with several cannons. It looks like it would ruin your scalawag in seconds. You also notice 2 smaller ships escorting it, likely for additional defense. As you finish your analysis, you hear Sal over the radio. Alright, River Rat. That out there is our target, a pilferer warship. Do what you can with it, what's at hand, to sink it and its cohorts. It doesn't matter how you sink it. Use missiles, torpedoes, whatever works best. Those Atlases will grab its attention while ye do some damage. Just don't get caught where it can only target you with the cannon. Work with the Atlases. Even if they go down, use them for cover if you have to. This will be a race against time, as the Pilferer's escort will devastate the Atlas airships. Once they've taken too much damage, you may be only begin its sights. Deal as much damage as fast as possible. You'll not fail to mention the Atlases take too much damage, so use them for cover if possible. And we have 25,000 to spend. Let's tweak our design real quick. Let's ahead and grab the gantries. We'll turn symmetry back on because we have resources to spurn at the moment. Actually gonna do that. And these ones, we're gonna leave as missiles. We'll copy to all matching launch pads. And these ones, we're gonna turn them back into missiles. Variable thrusters, active radar heads. And instead of a ballast tank, obviously we'll replace that with a fuel. No, actually we have way too much fuel. Why do we have so much fuel? We don't need this fuel. Also, I think the game might be cheating for us. I think the game is giving us free fuel. I'm not sure. It seems to be that way. Not sure. Anyway, let's swap that extra EMP warhead with another fuel tank, just because we don't have quite enough fuel. And variable thruster, guidance activation, thrust output. Let's make sure we actually have, we only have 20 seconds of life, so let's give it 19 seconds of thrust. All right, and we'll keep that one. And we'll do the same thing over here on this end. Variable thruster, and ballast fuel tank, and active radar seeker. And we will thrust output to 19 seconds of thrust. Good enough. All right. I might do that with 2 more. Yeah, I think doing that with 2 more is probably not a bad idea. That way we're firing off torpedoes and missiles. Fuel tank, fuel thruster, and thrust output. That up. Perfect. All right, and we're gonna keep the EMP warheads on these guys. You know what occurs to me? I can just do this real quick. Save, load, save, unnamed, load, unnamed. Perfect. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and we'll call that good, and we'll fire off a crap load of missiles and torpedoes at the enemy when we arrive. Okay. It should be good. Let's do that a test real quick. Yep, looks good. Missiles are missiling and the torpedoes are torpedoing. Look at them go. Alright. Can I actually spawn enemies here? I can spawn enemies here. Interesting. Actually, I'm curious. We can actually get a look at the Pilfer then. Not airships. We want a ship. And are they... What are they? What are... What, a medium... Ooh, they're 132k. Holy crap. Okay. We'll turn off their AI. Oh, we'll leave their movement on so they at least are moving. And let's go take a gander, shall we? Let's take a look at what we're actually up against here. Torpedoes just blew it up. Ooh, that is a very scary ship. The torpedoes did some damage, though. Did some damage. They blew out one of the turrets, it looks like, at the front. Very nice. Actually, there's a note with that. We fire off our barrage. How does this thing fare against another barrage? And the torpedoes. Doesn't seem to have any interceptors for torpedoes. Did a lot of damage. Did a lot of damage. Alright, noted. And I don't know what its escorts are going to be, so we'll just call that good. I'm gonna go back to our ship and save it real quick. Save vehicle. Save over. There we go. Return to mission setup. And we're gonna keep the rest of the materials with us. We're not gonna bother trying to get a good score here. We're just gonna immediately start firing missiles. Also, hard turn. Let's go. Also, with the camera there, let's go ahead and take a quick gander at what we're up against here. What are you guys? Oh, they're scalawags like us. One of the Atlases is already down. Good God. Oh, the other Atlas is down now, too. Oh, we're getting hit by the Scallywag, I think. I think the Atlas just exploded. Screw it. Drive me closer so I can shoot him with my gun. I mean, you got to use everything you got, right? Hey, he's down. Turn around. Go for the Scallywag. Fire everything. Let's watch. We're watching from a torpedo's perspective. The Atlases are crashing into each other and exploding horribly, but they're alive still. I don't think this guy's gonna live much longer. Yeah, he did not survive that. Ha ha ha! You did it, River Rat. That pilfer was a powerful asset to Ruger's forces, and with its sank, we can look to break through his defenses for good. Don't worry, I have plans for that, and they involve you flying a missile plane. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. That old plane is as stable as ever. I'm sending a cargo ship out there to pick up all the salvage from that fight. You get back onto the fortress and rest easy for the next few days. We'll talk plans during that time. Sal's questionable, yet effective tactic to recruit you has really paid off, both for you and him. You've proven a vital asset to his plan for taking down a tyrant of these seas. While you've grown smarter with your knowledge of weapons and combat, it feels like you've only begun to learn the basics of driving a boat and firing weapons at the same time. Yet, you also feel like there isn't much more to learn. Now your skills will next be tested with aerial combat. Part of you is fueled by desire to learn more, yet another part of you is worried about what is to come. Regardless, there's only one thing to do. Move forward and prepare for what is to come. If you've gotten this far, there's no stopping you now. Proceed to the next mission. It's been 3 days since your last successful mission with the little missile boat that you came to enjoy, even if it was a potentially ramshackle death trap. Taking down an autonomous craft program with malicious intent to keep you from seeing your mother again has been exhilarating, even if it has been dangerous. Captain Sal has treated you well, and you feel like you can't thank him enough for the hospitality. With his support, it feels like you could go into combat on each and every day. While you are taking it easy among Captain Sal's fortress, he comes up to approach you with a smile on his face. Hi, Rat, you've been doing some fantastic work out there, dropping Ruger's forces like flies. Speaking of flies, it's time to take the flight with that missile plane I was talking about, the Kooky Kestrel. Oh god. Don't worry, she's easy to fly with some autopiloting software. You roll the plane and it rolls back to make sure you don't go tumbling into the water. Of course, you can always remove that if you think you can spread your wings without help. It's time you put our plan to action. The first step is to make sure that you can fly that old plane properly and take down some of Ruger's forces while moving through the air. This should be easy once you get the hang of the controls. The Kooky Kestrel is a missile plane that fires 6 basic radar-seeking missiles. It also has some general-purpose PIDs to help control your roll and pitch. This restricts the free-form movement of the plane, which will not allow flips or barrel rolls, but will greatly help to keep the plane stable. It's recommended to keep them for beginner flyers, but if you feel they are necessary, you may remove them without issue. You'll be manually piloting the Kooky Kestrel. Yep, okay. As a missile plane, you're flexible in your flight pattern. The missile in the Kooky Kestrel possess a fairly long fire range and prefer large targets. Okay. And we can let's go ahead and just launch the mission as is. Okay, let's get some guidance here. Let's bring up the freaking let's bring up the thrust. There we go. Put this up behind us a little bit. There we go. All right. Let's see, pitch down, pitch up. I actually have only driven a plane once in this game before. Normally, I just let the AI handle the plane. Probably should, fucking pitch. Nope, that's, the wrong button. Roll. Roll! AI? I think I may have broken the AI. That's a problem. Get up. How on earth are we doing this? Pitch up. I cannot believe we recovered that. I'm gonna assume the AI did a lot of work there to recover us. I hear missiles in the background. Ah, we're up against some smokers. Okay. Ooh, these are very maneuverable missiles, too. Oh, it's literally 3 smokers. Okay. I was saying, unless I stay perfectly still, I don't think they're going to hit me. Bring this around. That guy's as good as dead. Break off and go for another attack run. Whoop. Let's get some distance here real quick. He's behind me. Actually, can I just fire this way and see those missiles will go after him? They are capable of turning 180 degrees. And still hitting target. They have way more fuel than they need. Okay. They're not super accurate if I do that, but they do that. Okay. Noted. Also, it doesn't allow for barrel rolls my ass. See, I think I can... Nah, actually, it's not actually that easy to remove that. See if they do any damage over there. Ooh, they hit something. Ooh, they're shooting us with cram guns. That's gonna go well for them. Let's put some distance between us and them, shall we? Oh, 32,000 damage was just dealt. That's good. Perfect timing. I'm not gonna lie, I like this little guy. It's very... Why isn't this the tutorial? Hold on. It just occurred to me. Like, the tutorial is worse at getting you to learn this game than these, like, missions have been. The game should just have you do these. Like, why does it not tell you to do these ever? Really should. Ooh, 2 targets down. Alright. Swing back around. Probably could be, you know, slowing down before my turns, and that would probably help a lot. But, you know, this is overkill, in my opinion. Ooh, he fired a missile at me. Alright, several missiles at me. Is it more smokers? Is that what I'm killing, is more smokers? They're really not that dangerous. That's probably why they're shooting at me. Why it's giving me those to shoot at. Yep, that's another smoker. Did it just hit itself? Or did, no, I think one of my missiles came back around and hit it. Wow. Yeah, that's, are they just rocket? Do they just fire, like, mortars? Like, I don't understand what exactly they're doing there. Oh, that's a direct hit to something explosive, probably the ammo. As the last ship is brought to ruin, you hear the radio in your plane start chattering. On the other end, it's none other than Captain Sal. Well, looky there, River Rat. You flew that plane like an expert and made easy work of those ships. You're just full of surprises. With you helping out, we're gonna break through to Ruger's stronghold in no time. We're gonna be sending a few ships his way, and he can fly escort, just in case that support is needed. The feeling of flight, weaving through enemy fire, it's all been quite a rush. Bringing autonomous craft to ruin has been a fun experience despite the danger, and you can only feel your lust growing for more combat. Ruger surely has a lot more of them, so your fun is far from over. It hasn't been but a few hours after you've returned from your last mission. There's going to be a plot twist at the end of this. These have not been autonomous craft, that he uses only people. Like, Ruger only uses actual people. Anyway, it hasn't been but a few hours after you returned from your last mission before you're confronted by Captain Sal once again. Just as before, he greets you with a smile, obviously pleased from your last results. Avast, River Rat! It's time we start pushing the offensive with your support. We got quite a few vanguards looking to break the front lines, but old Ruger has already snuffed out the attack, and is sending many bombers their way. He's fallen right into our hands, though, because the vanguards are nothing more than a decoy. Get out there and bring those bombers to ruin, but don't let vanguards get destroyed, since we need them alive to bring out more of his forces for us to flank. you may need some more missiles on that plane to keep up with dealing with those bombers. The Googie Gizmo system can be expanded by adding more connectors for missile gantries. Recommended to use rail launchers. They have minimal drag and allow rail gantries to be placed in front and behind them to make missiles longer. Remember, you can automatically update new missiles with the main loadout by going to a missile and pressing Q. Yes, okay. Vanguards are fairly vulnerable to bombers' attacks, so try to damage them before they can get overhead of the vanguards. Expect multiple waves of bombers and don't let up. Alright, how many materials do we have? 29,000 to spend. Whoo, boy. Alright. So where are our missiles here? Oh, yeah, right here. Okay. Ah, I see what it wants us to do. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, thanks. I know all this. Thank you. So, from here... So, okay, what do we got? We got 2 distinct controllers on each side, looks like. And wood beams coming up the top. Okay. Alright, so first things first, let's go ahead and activate our... Do we have a ram in the front? We have a ram in the front. Oh, we're gonna have to use that before this tutorial's over. Before this game is over, we're gonna have to use that at some point. They update these using new propellers. Nice. Look at that. That's nice looking. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let's go ahead and... First thing we're gonna need to do is grab a connector and remove that wooden beam. And actually, real quick, return to mission setup. What do we have? 29,000 to spend? Okay. Grab the launchers. Grab the gantries. And I'll show you another trick real quick, actually, since we're doing it this way. So you can draw a little box here, and then you can press F to fill it in. And then, like I said, we can go to here and copy all metric launch pads, and boom, there we go. Do these need any corrections? They're very maneuverable. They're made to fix your mistake, basically. I'm looking at this. If we replaced that fin with the EMP warhead, that would do a significant amount more damage to the enemies. We can see there's the EMP warhead buried at the back there. That blue lines, red for HE, and then... Excuse me? Why did we just explode? What the fuck? What's going on back here? Okay, let's see. Material container, fuel engine. Where's our fuel container? There it is, right here. 180 out of 250. Excellent. We have a bit of extra space for more missiles. 29,000. Oh, wasn't 29,000 our limit? We're like 4 over. So we wouldn't be able to do this with this one. If we did save vehicle, turn to mission setup, yeah. Don't have enough. We're over by 400. Okay, then we're gonna off-weight ourselves a little bit here. We're gonna turn off sentry mode by triple tapping N. And we're gonna remove this missile. So we'll still have quite a payload. Oh, and we need to go over here and do copy all missile launch pads, please. Except we're gonna do that. Wait, is this different? EMP there. Signal processor. These ones don't have signal processors? Why do these ones have signal processors and these ones don't? Well, that's confusing. Let's swap that out with the signal processor. That's not a bad idea. And we'll do copy all launch pads. So reducing our overall damage, but we have more explosive and EMP damage here. So we should be okay. And also the missiles won't get lost and confused. Alright, let's go ahead and save vehicle. Which it currently costs a whopping 27,808. Is this open? This is just open. Alright then. I mean, it worked just fine last time. Let's go ahead and return to mission setup. And 1,000 materials brought into mission. Launch mission. Bring the throttle up. And immediately begin to fire the missiles. Let's also thank and try and hit the other guy with missiles. Remember, these are radar guided. Oh, we've already got 1 AI dead. That's 2 AI dead. We need another missile for this guy. We don't have a missile for him yet. He's firing bombs at me. He's firing bombs at me, I think. to get a spin on this guy. Actually, we probably should just fire the missiles. It should get him. These ones seem to be much more effective. These ships, these fighters don't seem to be very effective against EMP damage. Or if they're very vulnerable to EMP damage, let me put it that way. He's still alive. Fire one more. They fire in pairs, these missiles, because there's 2 different controllers for them. Alright, we need to get turned back around. Ooh, one of the Vanguards actually scored a direct hit with a cram cannon. Nice shot. They're very up in the air. Alright, fire. Fire. I'm just trying to turn a little bit before I fire more missiles. They're all going after one target. God damn it. Hopefully that target will go down and they'll switch targets. No, they're not going to. We could ram them. We could ram them. Let's reduce speed. See if we can get a couple missiles off right here. There we go. Alright, and bring speed back up. Is 2 gonna crash into each other? The Vanguard just hit him, though. Good job, Vanguard. Come on, turn around. I need him out of my way, my line of sight, before I fire at the other guy. Oh, he's dropping bombs on the Vanguards. He's going down. The Vanguard, if he's stationary, the Vanguard should be able to take him down from there. How many more? Several. Gotta get spun around. Fire the missiles. Hold and slow down a little bit. We can drift a bit until the missiles make contact. Fire a couple more missiles. Good thing we're not using IR tracking, because those are IR flares, it looks like. Specifically. None of them are down. Ooh, shit. Hello. They just shot at me with their tail gunners. Oh, they hit me with their tail gunners, too. Good lord. This is quite enjoyable. Also, this is probably the only manual piloting of planes and stuff we're going to actually do throughout this entire campaign, is in here in part 1 where we're doing the story missions. That guy's still alive? Pushing the wrong button. I was pushing O instead of I to turn. How many Vanguards are we down to at this point? We're down to 3 Vanguards? Shit. Hopefully those missiles will take care of him. We're on his tail now. Unleash hell. On. Hey, that's a wing down, baby. Okay, do we have another target? Another set of targets, or is that it? Oh, okay. Yar, River Rat. Ruger's bombers are no more, and the Vanguard decoys are still pushing forward as expected. They'll surely draw out a few more of Ruger's larger forces, and we can really hit them where it hurts. I got a Tortuga carrier you can use for stocking back up on supplies. Go there, stock up, and await my next instructions. This is fun. It's been another few hours after the successful defense of the Vanguard decoys. As you rest easy on the deck of Tortuga, your kooky Kestrel fully stocked and ready to go. You've already communicated with Captain Sal that you're ready for the next instructions. After another 10 minutes pass, you hear the chatter on your radio. It's none other than Captain Sal. One of these days, it's gonna say it's Captain Ruger or some shit. It's a voice you don't recognize. Alright, River Rat, we're commencing the next stage of this operation. The Vanguard decoy has brought forth some serious firepower this time around. Old Ruger's got some scuttlegun artillery ships defending the river alongside some other warships. I'm bringing my Prowler through so we can look to end this once and for all. Give us some air support and we'll deal with anything that heads our way, understood? The Prowler is a tough ship and should be able to take some hits, but it's no Onyx Watch ship, that's for sure. The more firepower you have, the better we'll get through this. The Prowler is a fairly large ship and is capable of taking some damage. It can serve as a target magnet for your opponents while you fire volleys of missiles at your foes. You're going to need a substantial amount of firepower to take out targets fast enough. Also, enemies will be more capable of targeting you, so consider reinforcing your design. The more damage the Prowler becomes and the closer you are to your targets, the more likely you'll be targeted, which can result in your plane getting blown up. Keep the Prowler around for and follow its advance. Oh, keep around the Prowler. Oh, we have 33k to spend. Alright. I'm thinking, I don't know, just a hunch. Maybe we add some more missiles. Also, actually, one thing I can show you guys, it's a very useful little tooltip here. You can go to this, and you can go to Armor Refit, and you can change all of your wood to, let's go with alloy. It's a little tougher, but it's a lot more expensive. It's also technically just as light as wood, if not lighter than wood. It's a little tougher, and it'll make us a little harder to shoot down. But that brought us up to 34. We have a little bit of money left to spend. I think we can put that one missile back that we removed, and that's about it. So if we go here, do a rail launcher, gantry, and gantry, and then, once again, copy to all launch pads. How expensive are we? 32,000. This is as expensive as we can get, and we can test this real quick. We actually exit build mode, and bring up the propellers. I believe we are sinking currently. We can do build mode and caps lock. Should have held it down, pitch up immediately, and also should have turned up the propellers before we actually disengaged caps lock. Go. I can bring the pitch up. Okay, looks like we're still flying. Looks like we're a little front heavy now, so we sink a little bit, but that's okay. We should be a lot tougher to sink, as if we go to build mode, we can go build mode, caps lock, E. We can look and see a single wood block has a armor of 8 and health of 180, whereas lightweight alloy has 300 health and 35 armor. A significant increase in terms of stats. Now, mind you, it's still an airplane made of a single block all the way around. It's not going to survive much more than a single hit. So really, we're just here to dump a bunch of missiles and get out. But let's go ahead and save our vehicle. And return to mission setup. And launch mission. We have 996 missiles left for restock. And get our weapons up to speed. Okay. We should be in range already, but I'm going to divert course away from those ones. And try and fire at these guys instead. Ooh, and they are target. Oh, right, these are artillery ships. Go ahead and give a set to these guys real quick. In fact, this one's actually fully intact still, so let's give it the business. Artillery ships, huh? Well, these don't seem to really be doing much down there as far as targeting us with, like, AA guns or anything like that. So we can actually be the distraction for the other ships instead of the other way around. Especially because I have controls of the planes and I can do whatever the hell I want. Yeah, he's actually trying to get turned around to shoot at us. That seems like a bad idea. The Prowler is actually dealing with that guy by himself at the moment. Almost would have been useful to do bombs with these guys. Maybe one of the things we'll look into building once we get out of the campaign, or get out of these missions into a real campaign, is a bomber. I don't think I have any of those in my fleet, except for one that fires from space. So, you know, kind of a cheesy vehicle. I'm assuming these guys are disabled at this point. So I'm going to turn around and start heading for the other side. Oh, the Prowler just fucked him up with cram guns. Excellent. Yeah, these will be despawning any moment now. Yeah, the Prowler's fucking him up. As well as 2 of the Vanguards. In fact, I am about to run out of materials. I need to go for that yellow beacon there. Oh, Sal's Prowler took the resources. I'm out. I'm out of oh, we're back up. We got resources. What are we up against? A airship? That should be easy pickings. Yes, fire your cram guns into the air after the airplane. That'll work. So, if you're just joining us, cram guns are very bad at shooting fast-moving targets, especially fast-moving, maneuverable targets like airplanes. Now that Atlas is way too far ahead because I don't like the way its bombs are looking. Oh, it's AI dead. It's down, and that one is sinking. Can I get some of those resources from that Atlas, please? Please don't steal all the resources. I need those. I am very much dying. You damaged. Yes, I know. Please give me them. Easy spawn. Yeah, there we go. We stocked up. Ah, that's a much more dangerous ship, I'm guessing, because it's firing blue shells. Also, we'll give the business to some of the aircraft in the business. Ah, is that a pilfer? I think it's a pilfer. We're being shot at by tail guns. Ooh, roll! Those are bombs. Hey, that alloy's working great. It's bouncing off the tail gunner guns. I think we took a hit to our ammo storage. Health below 80% and sinking. I believe that's the Vanguard, yes? Yeah, it's one of the Vanguards. Alright, we gotta chase down that other guy. No, don't turn around and go after him. Go after... he's the biggest radar target. Shit. I mean, it makes sense. Ooh, the Prowler clipped him with a gun, though. Okay, I want to make sure that guy is dead. Dead? Yep, dead. That Vanguard's getting chewed up over there. Which is to be expected. Yep, it's another pilfer, I think. Ooh! We just took a hit. Although we are absolutely laying into them. And there we go. He's down. I'm going to assume that's probably the end of it, considering that was an awfully big ship. Yes, it was. We've done it, River Rat. All Ruger's forces have been brought to ruin, just like he'll be soon. He's gonna pay for his sins of the past and present, and be keel-hauled from the Deepwater Guard for good. It won't be long now, River Rat. Let's keep going and find Ruger's last stand. It shall just be you and me, River Rat. To think that you've come so far to be trusting of a pirate. Oh, this is not him speaking. To think you've become so far to be trusting of a pirate, the one who has helped you along the way when nobody else did. Sure, things were shaky at first, but you've learned a lot from his grueling tactics. He has made you able to defend for yourself. Maybe at this point, he really is your old pal Sal. Oh, that's nice. With Sal's Prowler back up to full strength since this last successful attack, you and him push further into Ruger's territory, and then you see something that you've never expected to come across. A massive battleship that even puts the Prowler to shame. You hear Sal on the radio shortly afterwards. By Davy Jones' locker, Ruger's got a plunder at his disposal? It looks fresh out of the shipyard, too. There's a brief moment of silence before you see the Prowler advance forward at full speed, followed by Sal on the radio again. Well, Rat, we've come this far, so we can't let that stop us. This has to be Ruger's last ship defending his fortress, so let's do what we've been doing best, River Rat, and that is dismantling Ruger once and for all. The Plunder is a massive battleship capable of taking on fleets by itself. Work with Sal and the Prowler to let it keep the Plunder's attention while you fire away with everything you've got. The Cookie Kestrel is subject to be under fire, so reinforce where necessary. See the loadout. And we have 37k to spend. Alright. First things first. I'm gonna finally fill in this gap here, because, it's, a very dangerous thing to have, and we got shot through it last time. That in? Okay. Secondly, we have 32,000 materials, and we have 37,000 to spend. First of all, let's bring up the speed, and let's pitch up and release build mode. Make sure that we can still fly with that top of our covered up there. Okay, excellent. I'm thinking we could add some dumb bombs. We have 32,000 currently, and we have 37,000. So we got 5,000 to spend. I can make a small bomb bay for like actually, I could probably make a really easy bomb, actually, now I think about it. If we go to missile weapons, controllers, and we'll go to the middle. Cylinder has overheated it. Oh, because we didn't exhaust it. Duh. Extension pipe. We need to do a hole pipe up real quick. We'll remove this metal beam. Put a hole pipe there. Nope. There. There. And a 2-meter beam right there. That way you can actually exhaust still, which is excellent. Instead of exploding our cylinders while we're, you know, in dry dock, essentially. This section right here will be perfect for adding in our missile. This is the center mass of the ship. Yes, the center of the ship. Okay. Let's go ahead and missiles, controller. I'm gonna add a controller right here. We're gonna add small launchers along the bottom. Okay. Not this one, apparently. What's behind this? A 4-metal beam? We can do connectors here and here. We need to rotate this. Go. And we'll add in the identify friend or foe and the staggered fire add-on. Although we're going to set this one really low. We're going to set this to 0.05. And then these, we could use these tiny little missile interceptors, but what we're going to do is we're going to do no fuel. We're going to do no guidance. We're going to do a magnet for mines. And we're going to do warheads, explosive, and EMP. So this will do a whopping 445 EHE damage and a whopping 112 EMP damage per missile. And there's 12 missiles. Let's go ahead and grab alloy, 1-meter block. We'll put that there. This is just a little bit extra firepower for us. We'll put that on group 2, so we can drop bombs directly on someone's head. I think that's pretty much everything here, honestly. Guidance activation. So if we go to magnet mine, we want the range to be as high as possible. And the start time, we want that to start like 3 seconds after we launch, because we'll be out of the way, and we're only going to drop these on our enemies. We're not going to drop them on our allies. Copy all matching launch pads again. Okay. And it's just under our ammo, our cost. That's very expensive, just adding those little mines there. We're going to save our vehicle. And return to mission setup. We're going to bring in all the materials for extra ammo, because we're going to need it. First things first, we're going to fire off the missiles. Oh, we only have the missiles are not set to a group. Hang on. Return mission setup. Weak design. The missile controllers are actually not set to a weapon group, because they didn't need to be until now. Also, let's change this. Let's set the stagger fire interval to 0.2. Yeah, let's do 0.3. Because I can. Okay, now let's save this. Mission setup. Launch mission. And we'll scroll up to weapon group 2. And as soon as we're overhead the plunder, we'll drop all of our bombs. Oh, we just took a hit. Oh, we've been downed. We've been cored out completely. I think we got hit by an AP shell of some kind. Yeah, now the Plunderer's guns are gonna just tear us to shreds. Because why wouldn't it? We're right next to it. Hang on. I have a distinct feeling this did not go so well for us this time. Sadly, that is the end of this mission. For us, at least. Restart mission. Honestly, if we just hadn't gotten hit, we'd been fine. Honestly, that means we need to go higher. That's all it means to me. Make it? Oh, they made it. Alright. Let's turn back around. We shall provide additional missiles. The AA guns are coming at us. Ooh. A Sea-Wiz gun took out our mines literally as we were launching them. That's just rude. Oh, we lost our stagger fire add-on because we fired all of our missiles at the same time. We also lost at least one of our actual missile, like, launchers. Oh, he's shooting us with cram guns. Good lord. The Prowler is not taking any damage from this, because I guarantee you I'm taking all of it at the moment. All of the heat, I should say. Looks like we've repaired our staggered fire. I probably should just back off and let the Prowler do some work, shouldn't I? Ooh, the Prowler actually has taken some damage. Never mind. I'm being fired up by the secondary guns. Just lost our back wing. We have no materials left to fire with. Sal, do you have anything available? We are dead in the air once again. Nope, looks like Sal is also dead in the water. Sal's not doing anything. Alright, return to mission setup. Let's try that again. Don't mind the brains inside the AI cores. I'm sure it's fine. Woo! That's so many guns. Alright, let's get up. Give him the business. Those should still hit him. Yeah, looks like they will. Excellent. Oop, shit. Oh, it's a lot of AA guns the Plunderer has. Woo! Bombs away! I'll know if those hit if in a minute I see some damage numbers pop up. Ooh, that's some damage from Sal right there. Ooh, base maneuvers. He shot me out of the cockpit. I'm no longer in a chair. You can tell because the camera's a little weird. And we're running out of ammo. Actually, we are out of ammo, and our missiles are down. Oh, the firing control computer is gone. I'm barely able to control this thing at this point. How's that going down there, Sal? How you doing? You're at 93. Oh! As soon as that firing control computer's back online, I can fire the missiles that are still in the chamber, so to speak. The problem is that there's currently no fire control computer, because my character is currently repairing the wing, which is what those blue trails are, you see, and the yellow lasers. Those are my character repairing stuff. Oh, we're out of materials though, and that's it. We're dead. All I can do now is drift. And see if Sal's got enough firepower to take it out. I mean, the guns are offline. Oh, shit. The guns are down. Sal might... Only one gun is online. One gun is... Oh, no, I'm dying. I'm dying because of the restone. The heartstone. Eject! Eject! I can't eject. Oh, can I get over to Sal's Prowler? I don't think I can. Not in this time. Can I teleport to it? I cannot teleport to it. Well, that's a damn shame. We almost had that. Because Sal could finish him off from here. No, Rear Rats Yar. I haven't read this yet. We are so close to finally reaching Ruger and end this once and for all. Now, there's work I won't be far behind. Dead men tell no tales, but this has been one that would make the history of us pirates. Cheers to one last flask of grog and you name, Rear Rat. It's been fun. Restart mission. I think we got this. We just need to, not die. Woo! Those crams at the beginning are fucking terrifying every time. These actually hit? I'm very curious if these will hit. Some of them might. Oop, they're orienting. Ooh, they might. Yeah, they're gonna hit, I think. Alright, let's get turned back around then. I just went up as high as I could to try and get some distance there. And also try and evade all of the various things that are trying to kill me. Did you stop shooting at me? Shoot Sal a little bit, huh? Think nowish for the bombs. Pull up. They're gonna get close. I don't know if they'll get there. Oh, nope, they got it. They're not doing much damage to his base. He's very strong. Looks like his guns are offline. His flares are still up. The bombs as they fall on him. Yep, looks like he is completely offline. Ooh, some of those actually hit from the top. That's impressive. Alright, let's line up for one more attack run on this guy. I think we got him at this point. Now, see, if we were in a real campaign, I would now jump out of the airplane and board him. Oh, it's dead. It is AI dead. Either we hit it with one of our missiles, or Captain Sal finally took it out. So if you are on board an enemy ship that is AI dead, and it's still intact, but the AI is dead, you are able to actually capture ships. Anyway, that's quite a fun thing to do. Alright, with the Plunderer sinking to the depths, you can hear your radio erupt with Sal's voice as he is cheering. You almost don't want to pick up the radio in case you go deaf by his explosive voice, but do so anyway. Woohoo! We did it, River Rat! We managed to sink the Plunderer against all odds! I bet old Ruger is shaking in fear now, as there's nothing left between us and his fortress. For our confrontation, ye can join me on the Prowler, as that plane of yours won't be necessary. We'll watch Ruger surrender, and we'll get your mother back, and then get ye both back home, if ye so wish to. Proceed to next mission. You've been flying escort to Sal's Prowler as you finally start to see a fortress in sight. It appears to be none other than Ruger's fortress, as confirmed by Sal. To think it's finally all over here with it's finally all over here soon with Ruger's downfall, and hopefully your reunion with your mother. As you start to close the distance, you hear Sal over the radio as he breathes a sigh of relief. Well, Ruger, we finally cornered him. Ruger's got nowhere to run. I'll tell you what, go on down there and confront him. See if he has any last words before we bring him to justice. How's that? Besides, you need to get your mother back, right? You can only nod your head and agree to Sal's statement. You close in on the fortress, white flags waving from it to signify a surrender. The plane is subtly landed in the water nearby, and you make your way to the fortress. Ruger in sight with your mother. She looks relieved, but at the same time terrified. My child, why are you working with Captain Sal? Ruger looks at you, then back to your mother. You mean our child? There's a brief moment of shock to you, and Ruger takes note of it, then looks back at your mother. Did you not mention of their past before you left to come here for me, for their protection? You know I left to protect the both of you. Ever since that fateful night, I knew I was destined for danger from that maniacal, silver-tongued pirate who wouldn't accept that that a deal was a deal. Now he's made it here, and with the help of our child to boot. This is what Sal has been waiting for all along. As you look back, you see Captain Sal Prowler prime its cannons, then a dreadful word is heard that shakes you to your very core. Fire! The fortress is completely outmatched by Sal's Prowler, and for now, all you can do is try to survive his onslaught. There is no Heartstone requirement for this mission, unlike the other missions. Perhaps, if you survive long enough, you may just be spared by Sal once he thinks enough is enough. Starting fortress. Oh, God. Oh, no. That's not a good start. That's not a good start at all. I'm gonna... I mean, hang on. If there's no requirement... Come here, little shit. I'm coming for you. There's no Heartstone requirement. I'm just gonna come over here real quick. Ooh, those are torpedoes. Is it actually returning fire occasionally? It is. It's still alive. Starting fortress. Ruger was here. 55. Whew. Absolutely ridiculous. Passing the burden. After Sal's continuous onslaught, he suddenly stops, now seeing that Ruger's fortress has been torn apart. In the devastating crossfire, you can already see that your parents didn't make it. Not even a last breath or a last word will be gotten from them. This is what you wanted to be protected from, but now things are back to what they were. If not worse, a fate must be accepted this grave day as Sal takes off in his Prowler, destroying your Kuki Kestrel in his departure. Okay. Can't actually get to him, he's too far away. You bastard. Oh, the fortress is still alive. Are the directed entry weapons any good? They're great. The fuck Sal was batty? Well done! The mission is complete. As Sal leaves Ruger's fortress and your struggling self upon it, I'm in the water, you can miraculously hear his voice with maniacal, satanic laughter. It's a pirate's life out here, River Rat, and I still see you standing on that broken fortress. Old Ruger played me for a fool several years ago and made me lose everything I've had. So I've simply returned the favor, and his burden is now upon ye. I'll say though, River Rat, ye have some guts and some real smarts. I couldn't have returned the favor without ye. For that alone, I guess I'll spare ye. But perhaps Ruger's learned his lesson. Big thanks from your old pal, Sal. Destruction is all that you see around you, and with a reunion cut short by one you thought you could trust, your foresight on in this world runs red. Pirates, backstabbing scum of Neater, perhaps it's finally time they get set right. After all, you have learned a lot in your adventures with Captain Sal. You can rebuild everything. You can formulate your ultimate revenge in return for what Sal has done. You feel a true ignition within you. It's time for you to see Neater in a new vision. One free of piracy, one that is reshaped for the greater good. This starts your quest for Neater. That's it. We've done all the story missions. And as the game suggests, yes, that starts a single-player campaign. Quest for Neater. Alright, we're gonna be on easy. You are known as the River Rat, born on the Airwick River to humble river scavengers. You were sheltered in your youth about the stories of ruthless, greedy pirates who would stop at nothing to get what they wanted, with only your mother to look up to. You were bound by fear of the waters of Airwick and their roaming denizens. One day, you found a note saying that your mother was kidnapped, leaving you to fend for yourself on the floating home called the Wanderlust. Soon after, you were approached by the one whose name of Captain Sal, a true pirate of power and wealth. He promised to protect you in exchange for the technology your boat was bestowed with by your mother. Your paranoia of being alone was greater than the fear of pirates, so you reluctantly accepted and joined him on the ship named the Prowler while bringing the Wanderlust. Over time, you were taught the ways of the water by Sal and his group, until the day you were taken to a fortress where you found your mother alongside someone named Ruger. When Ruger mumbled the words, "My child," Sal armed the cannons, blasted the fortress to ruin, and abandoned you with your deceased parents before taking the Wanderlust for him and his crew. On a shattered fortress filled with sorrow, it is here that you plot your revenge. Revenge not only against Captain Sal, but against all of the Deepwater Guard who support and protect pirates like him. With your revenge comes a snap to your brain. Why stop there? You've heard the stories through the grapevine about the other factions and their ways. Within each of them, you see a seed of corruption, something that makes them a threat to this world. Perhaps you could change the world for the greater good in an all-out quest for Neater. Begin new campaign. Yes, Panic. Sal was a baddie the whole time. And now we have the same fortress. It is repaired, and it's operational. And we are going to war. Now then, let's build some things, shall we? First things first. Let's... actually. Let's go ahead and do... most important thing, obviously. We're gonna get rid of this gun. And we're gonna slap a flag down. There we go. For some reason, my fucking image is inverted. I don't know why. I'll have to make a custom version of my logo that's inverted for that. But, ladies and gentlemen, with this fortress at our disposal, that is where we're going to end things for tonight. I know we're going to cut the stream a little bit shorter than we normally do, but I feel like that's the perfect place to end, is with Sal's betrayal, and our parents deceased, and our little fortress here in the corner of Neater. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been DipVideos. This has been From the Depths, and I hope sincerely that you'll return next week. As is frequently the thing that we do here, we go over all of the things that are coming up in the next week, as today is the last day for the normal streaming. So, coming up, with my sickness being mostly over, I don't know if you've heard my coughing a little bit here and there today, recorded series, Xenonauts, and Black Skylands will return shortly. Will return this week. It's going to be great. I have some extra plans as well for a third recorded series that we'll be doing during the month of Spooktober. I wanted to get this done earlier, but I've been sick. So, yeah. Extra recording was a little bit difficult. Any recording was difficult. Extra recording was impossible. So, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely hope you'll be looking forward to that, as well as Terraria Tuesday on coming Tuesday, which we have a good play up for dealing with the Eater of Worlds soon. So we should be able to do that soon, hopefully. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the rest of Legendary mode from there. It is a quiet night on the ocean, or a quiet day on the ocean now. So, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, I have been DipVideos. It has been a pleasure playing From the Depths and StarCraft for you today. and I hope you will indeed return in the future. And if you are so inclined, you may check out the link to the Discord in the description down below. We have begun signups for Community Game Night. If we get enough interest, if we get enough people that are in the same time zones, that's a problem. If we get enough people and we get enough interest, we might be actually able to schedule a community game night, which could be taking place on like Sunday nights maybe, or something else like that. Either way, information is in the Discord in the description down below. If you're interested, the link is down there. If you're interested in this game, the link is in the description down below, funny enough. And if you're interested in StarCraft, of course, the link is in the description down below. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. I hope you have a pleasant morning, afternoon, evening, and good night.